65% cotton, 25% viscose, and 10% linen that I changed here. And then I did 1, 2, I changed here. I love my channel. This is Jen ASMR. Subscribe before you fall asleep. Hi there, my lovely sleepy squirrels. I hope that you are all well. In this video, I am going to do a tiny little unboxing at the beginning of some yarn that I bought because I started a project for my daughter. It's a little jumper, like a kind of one of those floaty summery jumpers, like all not lacy as such, but you know what I mean. The one that I've seen everywhere, basically. It's the one with the flowers on it. I'll pop a little photo here. And I started making it, and I only had 3 little balls of yarn that I got from the local place. And then I finished one panel, like the front panel, and a bit of the back panel, and I was like, oh, I need a lot more of this yarn. So I grabbed some more online of the same yarn. I've heard that like dye batches can be different, and like the colors can be slightly different, or even like quite different, so hopefully that's not the case here. But yeah, so I'm just gonna unbox those, or unpack them, I guess. And then I'll show you my progress and maybe do a little crochet along with me, just like hanging out. And then maybe finish it and come back and finish the video showing you the finished piece or something. I don't know, I'll see. I may just stop after a little crochet along with me if the video's already quite long. I'll see, that's later, that's in the future, we'll see. Okay, so before we get in and have a little look at what colour my daughter chose for her jumper, I'm just going to spend a few minutes making some crinkly sounds with this package, and maybe some sticky finger sounds, because it's like 30 degrees today, so my fingers are already sticky. And it's quite cool in this room. Like, I kept it very dark, but obviously the lights and everything are going to heat everything up. Yeah, no. Okay, so if you just want to see the yarn, feel free to skip ahead. Timestamps are down below. Otherwise, relax and enjoy the crinkly sounds. here is the color. Oh, we got a little card. Merci pour votre commande. Nous vous souhaitons de prendre autant de plaisir à découvrir nos modèles et tricoter, crocheter nos fils que nous en avons eu à les créer. Okay, thank you. From Fildar and Pingwing. I've seen this brand also. I feel like there's like the fuzzy yarn I've seen, and then Happy Wool is the place that I got it from, happywool.com. It's the first time I bought anything from them. It was just the place that had this specific colorway of this. Oh no, I thought it was gonna open with my bill in it or something. It's the only place that I found, apart from La Redoux, that had this specific color of this specific yarn. Like, I didn't think it would be hard to find it. I found this specific yarn on Amazon, but not the color, and I found this brand on like the different websites, but not this specific yarn. So it is Fil Rustique Aspect Naturel, so it's like a rustic thread. I guess fil is thread, like the yarn. Natural, 65% cotton, 25% viscose, and 10% linen. It's 50 grams, and it's around 107 meters or 117 yards, or 469 ticks, whatever that is. And to make a size 12, it's 10 balls of wool, and I had 3. So I was able to make a bit, and I've got 6 here, so 9 altogether to make a size for my daughter, which is kind of a small size. I'm making a small. I'm making whatever was on the video. The girl looks quite small in the video, so it might be a little baggy for my daughter, but that's like kind of like how she likes it anyway. So, and it says to use a number 4 knitting needle or crochet hook, and I'm using a number 3. I don't know if this is like a 3, like French 3, I think it is, like 3 millimeters, the French one, and the US it says 6, but I don't know, they all seem to be the same when I look it up online and stuff. And this is color khaki. This is the color that my daughter chose. And it's turning out to be kind of an autumny looking jumper, to be honest. I'm not sure she's going to be able to wear it in the summer. This is quite, like, it's not super thin cotton. There's a bit of chunk to it. And I'm using a number 3, so I think it's like quite close together. So it's not very like open knit, if you know what I mean, even though it is obviously like an open knit kind of style. So I don't know, maybe I should have used a larger hook or a thinner yarn to make it like looser and more like open. I don't know. I'm thinking if you use a larger hook, it's gonna be more open, so maybe like larger. And then if you use a larger yarn, it's gonna make it chunkier. I don't know. Like, does the size, like lengthwise, like size of the patch that you make get bigger when the yarn is bigger and the hook is bigger, or is like, does it only depend on the hook? I feel like it depends on both. So maybe next time I make it, I'll make it with a larger hook and a thinner yarn, and maybe a lighter color, and she could maybe use that one, like a cream color or something. Let me show you my progress. Let's check first. Yeah, that's pretty matchy. Like, I don't see a change in the dye lot or something, you know. Okay, so let's have a little look at my progress. This is the first panel that I made. Just kind of get all of it in almost. So I made 4 of the pattern this way and 4 of the pattern this way. And that's just the size that the girl made in the video. So it's gonna be pretty baggy, but that's fine. She'll just wear like a little vest top underneath and it'll be very cute. And it's not perfect. There are a few things that I did not do exactly like the tutorial. So the first row was actually this one. So the full length there was 102. It was like 25 for each of the pattern things, and then 2 as like just your chain 2 at the end kind of thing. I learned a few techniques just from like making this basically, and I followed the tutorial exactly for the first row, and obviously the first row finishes here. You can see like the pattern will start repeating. And then for the second row, I kind of followed the video for like a second, and I was like, oh, I think I can do this. And then I realized like I didn't do it right for everything. Like here when you're supposed to have like 5 here, I think. Sometimes I only did 4, you know, things like that. And this middle bit, there's even a middle bit, I think that I did an extra hole or no hole. Here, I did no hole. Can you see it's like the triangle, space, square space, triangle, no space, square space. So here I'm missing a little rectangle hole here. And on this second row, I don't know if you can see, so there's the flower. I'm missing 1 stitch on each side of this longer piece. I don't feel like you can really see it. Let's see the difference. Can you see how it's like a little more elongated? And in this one it's like, needs to be just cinched a touch. I mean, it's not like it's going to be stretched much. It's going to be more floaty than stretched. So, you know, there's a few stitches missing, extra stitches and things like that, but I think overall it's pretty good. And by the time I got to the end, I did not look at the tutorial at all for the last ones. Even starting the second one, I just watched the tutorial once again to just get it started again, to remember how many like to chain. I thought it was 102, it is 102, and I miscalculated. Like I did all the little chains, then I counted them twice and I was sure I had 102, and I ended up not having enough, so I ended up having to like add 2 at the end, which was kind of difficult. I was like, okay, so either I undo all of these double crochets that I did along the way, or I try and figure out how to add 2 at the end. And I did, but I mean, it's not perfect. Like I haven't woven in the ends. Maybe once I've woven the ends in, it'll look a bit better. But you see where it's not really like a pretty corner. Like this is a pretty corner. Let me show you what the other corner. Yeah, here. So here's the corner where I just need to weave in the one end because there was enough. And here is the corner where I need to weave in 3 ends because I added this little knobbly corner. So hopefully once these are woven in and the 2 panels are attached to each other, nobody will be able to notice. Fingers crossed. So yeah, this was 1 ball of yarn, or 1 skein, I guess if you're American. And I was able to do almost 2 full ones there. And on the first one, let me see, you can see it actually. You can see where I've changed here. So I was also, well, I was able to do pretty much 2, 1, 2, and then I changed here, And then I did 1, 2, I changed here, finished, and then started this one. So you can do about 2 full rows with 1. So I will need this and maybe a little of the other ones to finish this panel. And that's the front and the back panel. And then I will need to make the 2 sleeve panels, which are roughly the same size, but they're more like elongated in the other way. Like there are 1, 2, 3 flowers and 5, I think, rows instead of 4. I'll need to quickly check that on the tutorial once I get to that point. So here is the end. Ding. Little blob. It gets quite tangled towards the end of the ball, I found, but I don't know if that's if I'm not like unwinding it correctly or that's just how it is, and you know. So I finished last time just here at the end. There's like a bit of a tail, but I didn't want to like get it too close to the end, and I'm actually gonna start doing a bit of this row before I change, just so the point where it changes yarns is not at the end. I feel like it's maybe easier to weave in ends when it's like in the middle somewhere. You're not gonna notice it maybe. I actually do not know if that's the case or not. I'm just guessing. So no, that's not what we do. See, I already started wrong. You need to finish the row. It's been a few days since I was doing this, so maybe I'll need to remember. Okay, so you need to chain 2, then turn your work to the other side. You kind of crochet along and then you turn it like that. Okay, here. And you do little double crochets, like so. I feel like double crochets are the ones that you use when you're doing the granny stitch. It's been a while, but I think that's the one you use for granny stitches. I use the single crochet just for a bag that I'm making. I'm making a video about it too. Might be out before or after this, probably after, because I feel like it might take me longer than this to do. Shall I zoom in? Like, oh, I don't know if that's interesting to see. I guess if you're a crocheter maybe, but even then I'm like, I'm just doing double crochets. This is not going to be a tutorial of any kind, of course. So yeah, I really like doing this crochet stuff. I prefer like doing this rather than just fidgeting or like being on my phone all the time. It kind of stops me. Oh, I forgot I was even weaving in it. I have an end to weave in. Why am I... Shall we do it just here? Too busy chatting. Yeah, I really appreciate being able to crochet because it stops me from just like zoning out on my phone or just like fidgeting. I would even say I like crack my knuckles less and things like that. So I'm just gonna add this one here, leaving quite a long tail also because I haven't woven in any ends and I just want to have as much possibilities to like weave them in as possible. There we go. And that's basically it. Done. Yeah, so I find it helps if you're a fidgety person to like have something productive to do while like fidgeting, if you will. This is me just fidgeting, but it's productive. Like I will do something else at the same time, for example, like chat to someone or listen to like a podcast or watch a TV show or something like that. And that way I'm not fidgeting or on my phone all the time, which is good. And I'm being productive, kind of. Like it depends. Like it depends what I'm making. Sometimes I feel like I'm just making something just to make it, and then like the end product, like what am I gonna do with it, you know? Like I watch those videos where it's like did I do no this is gonna be a very frustrating video for actual crocheters because I'm literally making mistakes all the way. But how cool is that? When you do, like, when you make a mistake, you just unravel it. No harm done. You just pop back and do it again. So yeah, I watch those videos. A lot of YouTubers do, where it's like 50 crochet ideas for XYZ, you know, for summer, for winter, for Christmas, for like 50 fairy core crochet patterns, free crochet patterns for markets, da, da, da. And I'm like, there's like 2 out of the 50 I'm like, that could be useful. Like I would like to make that. But a lot of them it's just like, yeah, but like it's not useful. Like for example, which ones do I think were useful that I might make? Oh, the little water bottle carriers. So like it's to have just like a little kind of bag to pop on your shoulder where it can carry you just like a water bottle in it. For example, so if you have a water bottle that doesn't have like a handle, or it's just more comfortable to pop it over your shoulder, like if you're going for a walk and you don't like need a bag and stuff, so you just grab that and you know, you're just walking around, you just want some water, don't want to hold the water bottle, you don't want a bag. So I thought that would be useful. I was like, that's cool, that's very cool. And I thought if I make a bunch of them and then I end up doing a raiderie, you know, like a carpet sale, I can sell them with little balls of water in them, because it'll be hot and people will be thirsty, and I can just be like, well, if you want some water, you can buy a little carrier thing, you can have some water. I mean, I would sell them the water just by itself too if they didn't want the carrier thing. Okay, so I made I made that part of the spaces around, and now I'm just gonna do double crochets all the way along here. What else? I saw things on like little coaster sets, and I'm like in two minds about that. I'm like, do you really need coasters? Like, if you're someone that uses coasters, you probably already have coasters that you like. I'm not sure you would be buying new coasters. I mean, maybe that's just because I don't use coasters and I don't care about, like, maybe, I don't know. Because I have this habit of any kind of, any hobby that I do, my brain automatically turns it into a little side business. Like, my body doesn't, like, I don't actually do it, but like my brain does. It's annoying, but it's fun. It's fun. My brain starts planning things, and that's fine. But I have thought about, like, I do have an Etsy. I've never sold anything on it or put anything up for sale on it. It was around the time that I started my little eBay thing with the thrift shopping for the French antiques and doing the eBay. I got an Etsy too, just to see like if it would be more interesting to sell on Etsy. And then I was like, oh, if I ever make anything, maybe I'll sell on Etsy. And then I was like, oh, maybe if I do the jewelry from the auctions, like the vintage French jewelry, I'll do that on Etsy. It might be nice to separate from eBay, that kind of thing, because it's not the same thing for like, it's not the same interest for everyone, but like, I don't know, I just never did. And I still need to go through all that stuff, and you know, it takes time. And then I was like, oh, I have an Etsy. I could sell crochet stuff on there. Like, not as in like, you know, not a crochet business. Like, I'm not going to be taking orders for like hundreds of plushies or things like that. I don't know, like, it's not going to be that kind of thing. It'll be more like, oh, I like that, I want to get good at that, and then once I get good at it, maybe I'll make 10 and sell them on Etsy if you guys are interested or something. And I was thinking it would be more interesting if I made something I designed rather than just like making things that already exist that you can get, or you know, that you can already get. So I was thinking like sleepy squirrel stuff. Like, oh, could I make like a little sleepy squirrel amigurumi? So yeah, I have to get good at amigurumi first, and then I thought, oh, I could design like a little sleepy squirrel, and that could be like an alternative to merch, if you will. Would be, I guess it kind of is merch, but it, you know what I mean, it's more fun. Like, you can buy a little sleepy squirrel to support my channel. I thought that was cute. And it's kind of more like handmade and like a more, I don't know, a more fun thing than like a random printed mug or something, or like a hoodie that's inexpensive and not good quality or something. Like, I'm not gonna go down that route, I don't think. Yeah, so I'm gonna maybe send a little email to Sarah, the lovely girl that drew the sleepy squirrel, and see if she wouldn't mind if I used her little character and its likeness in some handmade merch. Merch sounds so silly, but you know what I mean. I think that would be cute. And obviously, I'm just one person, so I'm not going to be able to make hundreds of them. So it's not really a problem if there's not much demand for it. Yeah. I'm talking, but like, if like that's actually going to happen, it's not going to happen for a long time. This is like idea talk. I have a million ideas, and each one would take months to put into place, so yeah. But yeah, let me know in the comments if that sounds interesting to you. And if you guys would actually be interested in fun little crochet things, I could maybe learn to crochet some cool little things that everybody might enjoy, and then that could be a nice way to support the channel anyway, even if it's not like super original. I don't know, it would have to be like little things, because I feel like if I make jumpers and stuff, it's going to be super expensive, because I'm not the fastest crocheter, and like it takes a lot of yarn and a lot of time, so it wouldn't be very, you know, productive for me. But I don't know, maybe coasters would be fun. Maybe I'm like missing out on the whole coaster core. Like, maybe there's a huge market for crochet coasters. I just didn't know. That's why they're in all of the videos about fun little things to crochet for markets and stuff. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that you would be interested in buying to support this channel that is crochet related. Like, if you've seen cool crochet things you always thought, oh, that would be so cute, I would love one of those, or like, you know, but you never bothered to because it was like, where would you get it? And like, it's like the money is going somewhere you're not really specifically sure, and you would prefer to have a fun little thing rather than just like donating to a channel or being a patron I'm trying to make this my full-time job very soon. As soon as possible, guys. We'll see, we'll see. Hustling with the side hustle to make it a full-time hustle. Although a side hustle that turns into your full-time job isn't really hustle anymore, it's just your job, isn't it? Yeah. I would like my job to be ASM artist that has lots of little cute fun side hustles like thrifting for French fun antiques or silly ceramic cats. Seems to be my most fun and interesting purchases so far. Ceramic cats. I do like them. I don't know why. eBay for that. Then some vintage French jewelry and crochet, homemade crochet. And I would like, obviously, the reason I think that it's cool to have all of these little things all at the same time is because I need a lot of different stimulus. I can't stick to one thing too long. So it would make it a lot easier for me to stay focused on these things by kind of like being a little spread out. And then obviously with ASMR, I can make ASMR videos with all of these things. For example, right now I'm making a crochet along with me ASMR chat, which has mostly been about crochet. But I guess if you're doing a crochet along with me video, it doesn't really need to be about ASMR. 2, 3. Not about ASMR. Counting and talking at the same time. About crochet. Can be about anything, can't it? So yeah. I wonder if anyone is crocheting at the same time as listening and watching this. Is anyone? I'm gonna call this a crochet with me. Crochet along with me. Is it C-A-L? Crochet along with me. C-A-L. I feel like that's what they call them. The crochet people. Like proper crochet people. Yeah. I think that's what they call it. So we are getting towards the end of this row. I've literally done all of this since we've been chatting. Doesn't seem like a lot. When I think about it, but it all adds up. A little here, a little there. I wonder if I'm crocheting a little slower because I'm thinking about what I'm saying to you guys at the same time. I'm not sure. Probably not, because I'm not saying anything groundbreaking. It's just chatting. Finish this all the way to the end with double crochets. Yay! It's so hot right now. I wish that I had air conditioning. For some reason, the last like 2-3 years have been very difficult for me in the summer. Like I'm thinking, I think I know why. There's probably a few reasons why. One, because I haven't been going into the office every day, so I'm not getting the air conditioning of the office. There's probably that. So I'm spending the full day in the heat. Because my home does, like, it gets up there. Like, it's been about 27 degrees inside my home for the last, like, 2-3 days. And I'm just, like, I'm over it so much. I have a fan. We have, like, 2 large fans, and they are in the kids' rooms. But, to be honest, the kids have been sleeping downstairs, so why don't I just move them down? I just thought of that. Good job, Jen. But I have a little fan on my desk, which kind of helps, but also it's not the most powerful of fans. Just like one of those little clip-on desk fans. I mean, it does make a difference, but okay, let me do another row. So we're gonna do the same as the row that's just underneath. So we're gonna repeat this row up here to make like this part. So we just did this, we're gonna do this, and then I'll get working on the flower after. I feel like crochet isn't really a summer hobby. Like, it is kind of making fabric to cover things. It's not really a summer, like you can make loads of summery things, like little what are they called, those hats, bucket hats. You can make lots of things, little tops and stuff, but I'm sure it's definitely gonna shine more when we get into autumn. Can't wait to like make a chunky I should have made a space there. I can't wait to make like a chunky like cardigan. I'm thinking cardigan, like a chunky flowy cardigan with long sleeves. I think I would enjoy doing that, and I would especially enjoy making the sleeves extra long, because that's something I find annoying when sleeves are too short. When something is supposed to be like baggy and flowy and cozy and the sleeves are just too short, that bugs me so much. Like obviously in summer it's no problem, but I really am rambling now, guys. You wanted rambling? You got it. Talking about sleeves, but it makes sense because I'm talking about crocheting a cardigan. Maybe I should make like a little voiceover video with like things I would like to crochet, like crochet ideas for actually useful things, or I don't know. Maybe. I do have a Pinterest that I started that ages ago, and then I just like never did anything, and I was like, Pinterest isn't that interesting actually. And then I started looking for nail inspo for like all the nail art stuff, and I found Pinterest so much easier to look through than like Instagram and stuff. Like Instagram is so weird when you look for like hashtags and stuff. It just doesn't really, I don't know, doesn't work like I feel like it used to. Like you don't see as many good things as before when you search for specific hashtags. But that could just be me not doing it properly. So I started Pinterest again, looking up stuff, and then when I started doing crochet, everybody was like, oh, I found this on Pinterest, oh, I found this on Pinterest. I was like, oh, I need to get on Pinterest again for this crochet. And it's true, you find a lot. Like sometimes you just find images that have no like links or no idea where to like find it. I guess you could do like a Google image search, or like whatchamacallit, Google Lens image search on the image, and you might find it. Like obviously some of them you have to pay for and stuff, but I found quite a few ideas anyway, so that's cool. And I might be able to do some of them without actually finding a tutorial or something, because I'll figure out how to like read patterns at some point. Hopefully. I've never used a pattern yet. I've only ever done anything from like a YouTube video tutorial. That's the only thing I've really followed for now. What else? I have followed a YouTube video about making a bag, but the actual like design of the bag, like what the coloured thing on it, I made from like a pixelized image of something. You'll see that in another video. So that's like as far as I've got that wise. But I've never followed an actual crochet pattern. I wonder how easy it is. Probably not that easy. But it should be easy enough to pick up after a while, especially if you've already crocheted a bunch of things. To just like replace in your head like what you already have in your head as a single crochet or a double crochet or a triple crochet or half double whatever crochet. I'll figure it out. I feel like just like learning as you go in projects is the best way to do things like that. I did 1, 2. I need the third little hole to go here. 2 little chains. 1, 2. Skip 2 little stitches, and here we go. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll make like a little Pinterest album, maybe, of specific things. Like one album with like things I would like to make, another album of things that I would like to make but are not useful. Things for winter, etc., etc., etc. Or things I think are just really cool. Yeah. I'm fine just making some fun stuff. I already know that if I don't like create something, at some point I'll just get bored, like of just making things. There needs to be an aspect of creation, like otherwise I will get bored. Like it needs to be something, you know, like something just a little bit, oh, I can be proud of that. Like obviously I can be proud of like making this jumper for my daughter. I will be very happy to see her wear it because she's gonna be so cute. And I'll be proud that like at school she'll be like, yeah, my mom made it. That's cool. And but I really want something not specifically arty. Like it doesn't have to be like crazy wow, you know, it just has to be just a bit, you know, just a bit creative. Not like, doesn't have to be like never been done before kind of thing, but just, you know, just make my brain work a little more. Creation. It's important. For me, anyway. I understand that it's not specifically important for everyone to do so. Not in the same way anyway. Like some people need that, but like in a different way. I've just always needed a million projects on the go ever since I was a kid. Lots and lots. That's why I love ASMR so much. My channel is just such a creative outlet for me as well. Like I get to learn about sound, like microphones and editing software and things like that. I get to use Photoshop just for like thumbnails and this and that, but it's, you know, it's still doing something a little different for half an hour here and there, and I just like it. I love it. And then Patreon is just like, I love the creativity I have for a Patreon too. So it's like a little challenge each month to be like, okay, when am I gonna do this? I don't know. I love my channel. It's gonna be 9 years, guys. Been doing this for 9 years. Not this jumper. Although it may feel like it. This channel really started off as just like such a small, like one little thing. I just really wanted to try something. And I've left every single video up. So if you ever want to see a really yieldy JenASMR video, like the first ones I didn't even talk in, which sounds crazy because it's really difficult for me to not talk. But you can literally hear the cars and traffic and every sound around me. Like, yeah. Or when I used to have really short nails in all my videos, and I used to paint my nails with like actual nail polish. It was a long time ago. And my voice, when I listened to my voice in the first like year or so of doing ASMR, my voice was so like little and high because I was trying to be very like gentle and, you know. Now I'm just like, yeah, this is my voice. I feel like it's better this way. But I was just like trying to put on an ASMR voice, if that makes sense, I guess. And I was terrified. So that helped to make my voice a little higher. But yeah, it's definitely been a fun journey. I'm getting very nostalgic about all of this year. Go. 1, 2, 3. Go. Okay. So I am gonna end this video here for this evening. I wonder if this will be really the end, or am I gonna come back when I'm finished? I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I just end it here and then either... Is that the end? Yeah. Should I just end this here and maybe just like pop a picture of the finished project up once I'm finished, like on Instagram or something? Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Because otherwise this video will be sitting, waiting for like extra footage for ages, and you know, I might end up just forgetting about it. Okay, where am I? I'm here. I'm about to start this bottom flower, so I need a little space first. Okay. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, that you found it relaxing and a little fun, just hanging out, listening to me ramble while I crochet. I guess it's kind of cool. You get a little visual, maybe think about something different for a wee bit. Sometimes that's all you need, just something to make you think about something different. Even if it's not something that interests you in general, maybe. Maybe a little hypnotizing to see someone's hands working on something. That sort of thing. before I get here. Okay. So I want to see if I can do the outer while I'm trying to do something more complicated for me. A little triple crochet. Well, it's not complicated, but you know. A little more complicated than the other rows. So yeah, I hope that you found this video nice and relaxing. If you like these crochet along with me videos, I will be happy to do it again. 'Cause I'm just, you know, making a little progress with my project, hanging out with you guys. If you made it to this part of the video without falling asleep, I would like you to pop a little flower emoji like this. A flower and a jumper, maybe. Flower and a jumper emoji in the comments. And you can just pop that in with your regular comment. But if you are far too sleepy, that's okay. You can just pop that flower emoji and that jumper emoji in there by itself. Okay. So I hope that every single one of my lovely, lovely sleepy squirrels are well. Wherever you are in the world, whatever is happening around you, I hope that you can find your own little bubble of calm. For example, if you are in Greenfield on the east side of Indianapolis in the USA, like my lovely, lovely patron, Abbey. Hey Abbey, I hope you're well. It's really funny, the example for my patrons when they're signing up for the Sleepy Shout Out is Mary from Greenfield, Indianapolis, USA. And Abbey was like, oh cool, I'm also from there, that's cool, you know. But there isn't anyone else from there. That was just a completely random example that I used. I literally just zoomed in on a map of America and chose somewhere very random that I hadn't heard of before, and it was Greenfield, Indianapolis, and I just said Mary because that was just the name that came into my head at that point. So, super coincidence, Abbey. You're actually from the random place in America that I chose to show people, like, the format of signing up for your Sleepy Shout Out. So, very, very cool. Like, America's big, guys. So that definitely is a bit crazy. Oh, and I've also done the wrong thing here. Hold on. I need to go back. So yeah, thank you, Abbey, for all of your lovely, lovely support. And I hope that you all have a lovely, lovely, lovely evening. And I will see you